It's time for another book chat on Wake Up Nigeria this morning. And for that, we have Mounfiq Raiyan Abu, the author of Life Sync Blueprints, Practical Principles to Overcome the Burden of Balance. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us this morning.
Oh, such a great pleasure to meet you, Mary. Thank you so much for having me.
So when I saw this book, I thought to myself, okay, is the name first? I wasn't very familiar with it. So I thought to myself, nah, this person is probably not Nigerian. And then I looked at the quality, the design and everything. I'm like, okay, this is really nice and all. And then when we met, I was like, my gosh, it's even a lady. So before that though, I had already begun to read the book. And I must say that this book is amazing. It's a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
We read a lot of books about, you know, women, how to manage your time, how to manage your life, how to, you know, achieve optimal results. But you not only stuck to reality, you also gave practical advice, relatable advice. And I must commend you for that. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mary.
It's my pleasure. Honestly, this is a timely one. I'm going to reread it and imbibe so many things. But then let's talk about the book itself.
Yes.
There's so much to unpack here. So we'll just try as much as possible to go through each chapter as it is.
Okay, fantastic.
Now, for chapter 1, you talked about the work-life balance myth. You see, when I saw work-life balance, I rolled my eyes and I saw the myth, and immediately I was like,
yes,
now she's talking.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Everyone goes, you can achieve work-life balance as a woman. Something suffers.
A lot suffers. Everything else suffers, including you.
Most times,
you. Yes.
But you're pretending, oh, I have it under control. I'm super mom. I'm super wife. I'm super this. But your life is ebbing away slowly.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just need you to talk
to
us about what inspired that.
You get it, and I'm so happy you get it, because I wrote this book for these women that we just described, working mothers that own their businesses, or even as stay-at-home moms. It's also very overwhelming, it's sometimes more than working mothers, because we have an escape sometimes. Then career mothers, women that work and collect salary, and they have young children. Especially
and the more, the harder.
Those that just are new in marriage. I worked in the bank for 13 years. I know by the time I became a manager, 7 years in, so many women I started working with that we all applied together, they are no longer working. They are all at home. I became the only female in a room filled with men. You understand, because of this issue of you're trying to balance it and it's not balancing. So my issue with work-life balance is this: equitable distribution of work and time.
Absolutely.
Work and life, your personal life and your work life. And it's such a huge lie. And that is what is even causing the overwhelm, the burnout, the depression, and all the things we suffer.
Women that snap easily.
Yes, you are snapping in the morning, you come, your supervisor, when you have a female supervisor, sometimes they are the worst. It's not because, sometimes they are the worst, let's call it spade a spade. Not because they don't like you, they don't even, and sometimes they're even tougher on the young female subordinates, because they are like, who are you? Look at what I've been through. And they are suffering in silence. It's making them bitter. You understand? So it's
you will not have your life under control. Do you know what I've been through?
Yes. Do you know what I've been through? What are you talking? When I started, you were this small, or things like that, because she's been piling up a lot of pain, a lot of stress, you know, and it has welled up, and she's become kind of a bitter person. So work-life balance doesn't really exist. Actually, I promote, as the book is titled, Life Sync.
Life Sync.
Life synchronicity, we should replace it with work-life balance, and here's why. There is work in our life, and there's life in our work.
Absolutely.
We cannot separate the two. So you have to learn to synchronize. Put your work in your life and put your life in your work. Sometimes it entails bringing your children to the office. Sometimes when you are not facing your customers, I used to do that a lot. Sometimes you have to ask your spouse to support you. Sometimes you delegate.
Shout out to every supportive spouse.
Every supportive spouse out there.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys, because as a young mother, starting my first job when my son was 2 weeks old, it was daunting. First time mom, fresh from youth service, first job. So I didn't qualify for leave.
Yeah.
I didn't qualify for maternity leave. They just hired me.
Wow.
You understand? So it's this awareness and delegating, my husband stepping in. Sometimes I get home at 11 p.m. He has the baby on his shoulder with the
I can totally
with the poop, with the the vomit. They're always on the shoulder with the baby. Moments like that was what helped me to synchronize. I never sought to balance. I always sought to synchronize. And it enabled me to be able to raise these children and still grow in my career. So by the age 35, I was already a manager, in the banking industry. I was one of the youngest. I don't know if I was the youngest even. I could have been, I think. I don't know the stats. But it was rare. You understand? But you would think I'm overwhelmed. Most of the time, I'm just taking it easy. Which
is admirable.
Yeah.
So. Something I love that you mentioned earlier, which is a topic for another day, and maybe somebody watching a stay-at-home mom will probably do something about that.
Yeah.
Is how people feel being a stay-at-home mom means that you have life easy. It's overwhelming.
It's the worst.
I like the fact that you mentioned it. It's the worst.
It's the worst. I took a break and stayed at home between the first and the second. It was not funny. I couldn't wait to go back. Because I call it like a Pandora's box. Being a stay-at-home mom. You don't know what will pop up.
Yeah.
You don't know the child that will be sick. You don't know the person you need to pick up from school, or there'll be an emergency at school or something. You are now everything. And there is no escape. There is no place to go. There's no escape.
Which is what your work gives you.
Yes. That work is an escape. And it helps you to fulfill your passion. And it helps you to know that you are more than just a mother.
Yeah.
You are a teacher, you are a journalist, you are an interviewer, you are a writer, you are a business owner. Absolutely. And you are meeting adults and sharing life issues and other things. Then you get back home, then you pick it up again and continue. It just helps you to have that synchrony.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish we could just race through this, because we've got the life sync model, understanding your own life sync, principles to sync your life successfully, taming the time beast, prioritization, and the art of saying no. I've always had a problem with saying no at work and even at home, but mostly at work. I find that I learned to say no at home faster than at work. And I recall last week, last week, was the first time I would say no to a task. I'm this sponge that when things are meant to be done, I'm willing to, take it up and everything. And I recall we're in a meeting and my boss said, I want you to do this, that you're the one that will handle this. And for the first time, I said no. Because I already had a lot on my plate. I'm overwhelmed. Yeah. And you're saying, okay, do this as well. Now, he wasn't coming from a place of, I needed to do this, you must. He was coming from a place of, I know you can handle this. But it was more pressure, more stress for me, and I'm already feeling overwhelmed by so many other things I'm to do. And when I said no, I felt guilty. But later, I felt relieved. I was glad when it was passed on. I was even trying to offer that, okay, I will support whoever it was you gave, but he said no. I think he understood, and I thank him for that. Like, he understood. Yes. But it was my first time.
How empowering did you feel?
Very.
It's very empowering because now you know your capacity. The thing about Life Sync is understanding your capacity vis-a-vis your capability. So when you understand everybody has a capacity. This room has a capacity for the generator.
Absolutely.
Even the power we are being charged, if you pay the electricity bill, there's a capacity.
You know what? This is a conversation that you and I will have to continue having.
Yes.
Because right now we have to head to the kitchen for the cooking to continue. But then, thank you so much, Mounfiq Raiyan Abu. It's been an interesting conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you for writing this book. I'm thanking you for it.
Thank you
well
for
done.
loving the book
I
and
love
seeing
it.
the heart, the intention I had for writing the book.
Thank you.